Elon really needed a win this week. After the Ron DeSantis Twitter Spaces debacle, he just needed something to end this week on, and he finally got it because the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, approved the Neuralink for human clinical trials. That is his company, and here they are tweeting their successful approval. We're excited to share we've received the FDA's approval to launch our first in-human clinical study. This is the result of incredible work by the Neuralink team in close collaboration with the FDA and represents an important first step that will one day allow our technology to help many people. Recruitment is not yet open for our clinical trial, but we'll announce more information on this soon. That's right, all you Elon reply guys, you can volunteer to have a chip implanted in the back of your brain and then go slowly mad. Although you already are, so hey, maybe it'll be improvement. But it's important to know the FDA has a statement because he kind of jumped the gun on this. Neuralink tweeted this out. The FDA wasn't enthusiastic about that announcement, so they had a statement. They said the FDA is, according to the Washington Post, that reported this, doesn't usually confirm approvals for human clinical trials, but they offered their statement, which says, quote, the FDA acknowledges and understands that Neuralink has announced that its investigational device exemption for its implant R1 robot was approved by the FDA. In other words, we understand you put us on blast, and that it may now begin conducting human clinical trials for its device. That is according to an agency spokesperson. So effectively, yeah, we sort of approve this. And you gotta wonder why. Oh my God, why? Again, the reason that Musk says this is necessary, or that Neuralink, this could be incredible and a breakthrough, is that it could treat severe neurological diseases like Parkinson's and epilepsy, as well as degenerative diseases like ALS. It could be pretty cool. And yes, a little bit more on the technology. Let's go back. Musk-owned brain-computer interface is one of many startups racing to connect human brains with computers via implantable brain chips. Neuralink's small circular implant called Link requires patients to undergo invasive surgery to attach the device directly to the brain, where it then reads neural signals. A bed of tiny wires stemming from the device hovers over the patient's brain to monitor activity and uses electricity to stimulate certain areas. Pretty cool, but also pretty untested. Here is who has been tested upon up until this point. Take a look.
Telepathic typing. So to be clear, he's not actually using a keyboard. He's moving the cursor with his mind to the highlighted key. Now technically, he can't actually spell, and so I don't want to oversell this thing.
He can't actually, doesn't know what is. We're just hurting this monkey even though he can't spell, idiot. In fact, a lot of the controversy around Neuralink has to do with its treatment of its chimpanzee and monkey test subjects. Last year, an animal rights group, Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, publicized a complaint filed with the USDA accusing the company of torturing its monkey test subjects during trials. Some of the monkeys equipped with the device, according to the rights group, allegedly experienced extreme vomiting and exhaustion, while others, overcome by stress, allegedly mutilated themselves. Neuralink has previously denied mistreating its test animals, but there is actually staffers who've said, yeah, that's what's happening. This entire thing has been rushed, and we have done, and this is in their words, hack jobs on these monkeys. Guys, why is the FDA approving this? Who is in the FDA who is linked up with Elon? And what the hell?
Yeah.
The FDA's tweet was kind of like, listen, dude, we said we're just gonna see each other privately. You wouldn't have to put it on blast, and then they're like, all right, fine, we're seeing each other. And the other thing is, I think like if they really want to, they should take people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and some of those people and experiments, see if we can actually improve them to make them actual good human beings with good thoughts. Like I'm sure at Thanksgiving, that's where you can recruit people. Like you have that relative who shows up at Thanksgiving that used to be sane, but now has gone down the rabbit hole and just starts spewing stuff. There should be a number you could call the Neuralink and be like, I got test subject for you, and they can try connecting into their brain and see if they can improve those people, because there's a lot of craziness going on these days because of all the right-wing hullabaloo.
Well, to that point, guys, I'm old enough to remember a couple of years ago during COVID when they were like, oh, because I'm not taking the vaccine because of the 5K to Fauci and the Tom Hanks business. They're gonna put the microchip into the vaccine and follow me around.
Yup.
So instead, I'm going to let Elon Musk attach wires to my brain, and he can do anything he wants with my brain. I got this figured out. Do you? Do you? So now they're giant Elon Musk fans because this is not invasive. And look, guys, I damn it, Jim, I'm not a scientist. I'm a talk show host. So I didn't study all the data here to see if Neuralink and the other companies involved have got it exactly right. I am a little concerned about the mutilated monkeys. And remember, they're not just mutilating the monkeys for the tests. After they put the Neuralink, the monkeys are mutilating themselves. But I know you're really worried about the vaccine, okay? But at the same time, I get it. Parkinson's, ALS, there's many other uses for this that could be super helpful. So I'm pro science, and I want us to keep testing it. I want it to be super safe before we go to humans. But I gotta be honest, at this point, I trust any company that isn't Elon Musk more than I would trust an Elon Musk company. Why? Did you guys see the Twitter Spaces the other day? Right, with Ron DeSantis' announcement. I mean, he's turned Twitter into a total joke. He can't get anything to work, right? There's glitch after glitch after glitch. But this one's only attaching wires to your brain, so good luck with that. If you still trust Elon Musk to rewire your brain, there's nothing I could do to help you.
Yeah, and whistleblowers inside of the company have testified to the exact same thing. Basically, it's a complete rush job. Let's go to graphic 10. The rush schedule, the employee wrote, resulted in underprepared, overstressed staffers scrambling to meet deadlines, making last-minute changes before surgeries, raising risks to animals. Musk has pushed hard to accelerate Neuralink's progress, which depends heavily on animal testing. Current and former employees said the U.S. Department of Agriculture is investigating them for animal welfare violations, and Department of Transportation, get this, speaking of the COVID hypocrisy, is investigating Neuralink currently because apparently they've been transporting and throwing away the little sort of monkey brain chips with little pieces of monkey brain on it. They've just been like willy-nilly throwing it away. Just like not properly disposing of hazardous, potentially pathogen, materials with pathogens on it, just throwing that away. So I don't know what's going on, but it might be a look. They applied for FDA approval last year and were rejected. Seems like they weren't rejected now. But we shall see. And again, I think Maz is right. I think not only Lauren Boebert and not only Marjorie Greene, but look, any of the Elon stans who still believe in this dude, yeah, maybe it'll make it better. At least, and this is my feeling on animal testing, especially monkeys, like at least the humans will have consented.
Yeah, and I'm Cenk, I agree with you in that who knows long term this could be a good thing and help solve a lot of things. But at the same time, as Francesca, you're saying, this guy's rushing this in, it feels like, to get it going. It feels like he needs an intervention. Like, I mean, Elon Musk is a smart person, intelligence-wise, but he's listen, he's in many ways, you gotta give him credit for being a smart person in certain things. But as we've seen now with the failures of all the other things he's got his hands in, he's got all these kids. He needs an intervention for someone to be like, dude, spend time with your family. You've got these, you're worth billions of dollars. And then if you really want to invest in this other company, let's do it in a timely and in a fashion that's not going to have you launching spaceships and having them explode, and then trying to launch a presidential campaign, having that explode, and then having monkeys self-mutilate themselves. These are not good things that are happening. And I know that it takes failures to get to success, but the dude is just spread way too thin. And I think somebody needs to have an intervention with him and find out what are you running from, dude?
So my last thoughts on this are, you could be smart in some ways and really dumb in other ways. So Johnny von Neumann was a brilliant mathematician. Some think that he was the smartest person to ever live. He thought we should nuke the Soviet Union before they nuked us. He would have gotten everyone on the planet killed. So even if Elon Musk is smart in some ways, it doesn't mean it translates to politics or to other things. And look, in the case of the Neuralink, and for any other company that's doing this too, okay, it makes sense to take the electric pulses and then, hey, that electric pulse normally gets sent to these nerves, etc. I'm butchering how the correct scientific explanation, but this is all roughly, right? And then you move your arm because that electric pulse would have moved your arm, right? I get that part, and that seems like that's possible, and that's why they're going in this direction, and that's good. But then Elon adds, totally unnecessarily, oh, we need to improve the human brain. So we're gonna redo the brain so that we can compete with artificial intelligence that's gonna come later and destroy us all. No. So look, that is at best wildly, preposterously speculative. No, this guy is totally off his rocker. Remember when he said, oh, I'm doing SpaceX because we got to get to Mars because of climate change. But wait a minute, like in the worst case scenario for climate change, and I'm worried about it, is that we turn into Mars. Like what? Like some of the things he says makes no sense at all. And remember, he's not the engineer that built Tesla. He just bought the company. He hasn't built these things. He just bought things. So
yeah, and look at the Hyperloop, Cenk. We're talking about a tunnel. Even the tunnel didn't work. You reinvented a tunnel and it didn't work. Maybe slow the roll. Focus on tunnel first, then get to Mars, then solve ALS, right? Then do the chip implanting in your brain. Which, by the way, Cenk, the point about the right not being freaked out about this is, I think, I'm willing to call it. It's May. That's the point of the year. Like that's it. It's done. Elon Musk is trying to implant humans with an actual microchip, and no one on the right is saying anything because they love Elon Musk. Okay, perfect. That's perfect. You don't care about Bill Gates. Bill Gates hasn't done this. You don't care about 5G, Elon Musk, and you're gonna be like, ooh, me. They're gonna be fighting over themselves to see who can be the scared, self-harming monkey first. It's absolutely insane. And you're totally right, lastly, that this is not about actually solving these Parkinson's and other degenerative diseases of the brain or solving paralysis. It is a vanity project. It's like, well, I'm gonna defeat the AI robot. No, it's just you in your little weird blanket fort.
Yeah, he needs to spend more time with his family. He needs to stop coming up with these. I mean, they're great scientific ideas, and I don't know who's coming up with them. But he needs to, like you said, focus. I just bought a Tesla, and a lot of people go, "What? You supported this Nazi?" And I go, "Well, the prices went down, so the prices are so good." Even his Nazism doesn't stop me from buying it. But that said, yeah, there's definitely glitches with this car that's been around for a while, and I think I would much rather, and I'm sure the shareholders of Tesla would much rather have him put his attention towards Tesla and maybe SpaceX and just move on. But the guy can't, and now he's trying this thing. And by the way, Francesca, once the people on the right find out that the FDA has approved it, then they will say, oh, it's a deep state. The conspiracy is going to come back in. It all cancels each other out.
I know.
To both of your points, I wish the deep state would have helped him build a deep Hyperloop instead of that stupid tunnel that he built. If you don't know that story, he's like, oh, it's gonna go Hyperloop. It's gonna go so fast, man. And then he turned it around and built a tunnel in Vegas where the cars are all trapped, and it's like a death trap if you're in there, and it's incredibly slow. Like, okay, you built a tunnel, fine, but why did you hype it ahead of time with Hyperloop? I have to confess, back then I didn't know Elon Musk was an idiot. So the Hyperloop sounds super interesting. Like maybe that's a technology that could work, But somebody else has to do it because Elon clearly cannot do it. And I'll give the final credit to Ben Mankiewicz, my original co-host here, and my co-host on Old School, one of our shows that you could also get through membership. He was on Elon Musk before anyone else. Like, I don't remember how many years ago now on Old School, he had us do a poll, Elon Musk, yes or no. And he was insistent that it was no, and he was correct.
Yeah, hyper oops.
The hyper oop. I love it.